This person told me that you don't have funding. I don't think you're going to get your visa.
Journal and Journey with Olubuki.
Hi Lovables, welcome to my corner of YouTube. My name is Olubukola and this is the Digital Diary where I spill the real tea on my journey as an international student to the United States, where I share tips, guides, and insider gems that can help you if you're aspiring to come study abroad with a sprinkle of everything in between. Today in this video, I am going to be sharing the A to Z of my visa interview process, how I went through the whole process, and in under 3 minutes of my visa interview, how I got my visa approved to come study in the US without funding. Please subscribe to this channel, give this video a thumbs up, and turn on your post notifications so you get notified every single time I post a video. I also have another video that shared how I actually came to the US. That's another story, but in this video we're going to be talking about the A to Z of my visa interview experience. After I got my admission in 2022, the next thing for me to do was to schedule an appointment for my visa interview. At that time, we were using the CGI portal. I know that now they're currently using the Avit portal, but back then we were using the CGI portal. So, I had to go online, read about it, watch so many YouTube videos so I understand the process. And then that was when I got to know that there's a form that I have to fill, which is the DS-160 form. It is a non-immigrant form that you have to fill if you're trying to schedule a visa appointment for a non-immigrant visa. So I learned about the DS-160 form. I started filling it, but there was just something that wasn't sitting right. I guess I felt that I wasn't doing something like right on the form and I needed clarifications. So I went on, different social media platforms. I went in search of information. So I started typing it online, groups that talk about this, groups that talk about visa, groups that talk about interviews, blah, blah, blah. Fortunately for me, I was able to get a group on a Telegram page. So I got the group, I joined the group, and they talk a lot about things that you can do. They give so many helpful information if you're trying to come to the US. So from that Telegram group, I was able to get into another group, another WhatsApp community where we were exchanging information on the status of your application or the status of your visa interview, and then people started sharing transcripts. One thing led to another, I was going from one point to another point, and then I kept on learning about things that I was like, so something like this existed and I never knew about it. So, it was my curiosity to get my DS-160 information right that actually pushed me to get further information that were helpful and beneficial to my process. So when I got on the WhatsApp community and then people started talking about looking for dates, I was like, excuse me, looking for dates. Why do I have to look for dates? Why can't I just, schedule an appointment and just fix any dates that is convenient for me? Am I not the one that want to go and do the interview? So why do I have to stress and look for dates again? But I didn't know that was not the process. So that's not the case. So I had to I didn't even schedule an appointment on time because I thought that you have to fill your DS-160 form, submit it before you'll be able to actually get an appointment for your visa interview. I just got everything mixed up. That's why you need information if you're trying to embark on the journey of coming to the United States to study. So I got into that group. I started asking questions. I asked a lot of questions, which is another thing that you have to learn in this process. You have to ask questions. Ask questions, whether relevant, whether irrelevant. Ask questions because that's the only way you're going to do the right thing. Because one little mistake, one little slip up, and everything can go south. So after I was satisfied with all of the information that I gathered, on my DS-160 and all the process for me to book my visa interview, I decided to schedule an appointment. So I created a profile on the CGI portal. I was able to get a date 2 weeks after that time. After I created the profile on the CGI portal, I had to wait 2 weeks because all of the dates that the embassy were releasing was not like favorable for me, because I needed time to prepare. I also needed time because now the policy has changed, but before you cannot go for your because you only have to resume 30 days to the start of your program. So I needed to give myself time, because I knew that even if I get my visa now, I cannot go to the US until it is 30 days to the start of my program. So I just decided to just take my time. So 2 weeks after I created the profile, I was able to get a date for my visa interview. After I had gotten a date for my visa interview, people started singing to my ears that without funding, you're not going to get your visa. You better go and cancel the appointment that you scheduled, yada, 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 and all those things. And I was like, how would I pay so much money? At that time, it was like 72,000 or 62,000. I don't remember. So I was like, how will I pay so much money, for my visa appointments, and then I'm just going to cancel it just like that, just because I don't have funding. So right there and then, I started looking at schools that I could apply to in my mind of mind that would give me admission before my visa interview and would also give me funding before my visa interview. It was so funny. Now that I think about it, it's actually like very ridiculous. So I decided to hold on to my faith, honestly, because I knew that I could not get, after 2 weeks after getting my visa interview date, I had just 2 weeks to prepare for my visa interview. So whatever I was going to do, or any decision I was going to make, has to be within those 2 weeks. So I decided to hold on to my faith. I trusted God, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go for this thing. The worst I would get is a no. I also needed to learn how to dress, how to talk, what to say, possible questions, and all of those things. So the first beneficial page that I got a big thank you to Argos Visa was on YouTube. Argos Visa. So it's like I think they're a group of ex-visa officers that have come together to help people better prepare for visa interview if you're going for a visa interview. So I watched so many videos from them. I also watched so many videos from other people who are currently in the US, or who were in US at that time that I was checking their videos, and I was learning so many things. And that's why I'm also doing this, to help other people who are aspiring to come to the US to study. I started watching, YouTube. I was looking for answer to justify my faith, to justify what I am holding on to, that I can get my visa approved even without funding. But I wasn't getting anything. There was no information out there that certified my belief or my faith that I could get my visa without funding. There was nothing, but I still held on to that. I was like, the worst I would get is a no. So talking about dressing, I saw a video from Argos Visa where they talked about you dressing comfortably to go for your visa interview. You don't have to overdress, and you don't have to dress shabbily or look like a tout or something. I don't know. So I bought like a jumpsuit, and then I bought like a turtleneck, because I felt okay, maybe if I look official. And at that time I was working in the bank. So I was working in United Bank for Africa. So it was more like looking, business casual to me. So that was what I saw as comfortable, because that was my everyday outfit to work. And something just occurred to me, at that point when I was preparing to go. My visa interview was in Abuja. So when I was preparing to go on my trip, I just decided to hold my work ID card. So I threw my work ID card in my bag, and then I went to Abuja. So we have like 2 different consular locations in Nigeria. We had in Lagos and we had in Abuja. So a lot of people were telling me that, if you go to Lagos, well, I just wanted to actually visit Abuja, honestly. So I went to Abuja, and then when I was dressing up on the morning of my interview, I just put on my work ID. So I attached it to my chest. and then I went for the visa interview. The process was actually seamless in the morning. My appointment was for morning, and then the process was seamless. The verification process was seamless. Now I know that they now do documents review before you even schedule a date for your visa interview. At that time, there was nothing like documents review. You just go, you do your biometrics, and then you go in for your interview. So while I was waiting to be called on for my biometrics, there was somebody beside me that was asking questions about my admission, blah blah blah, where I was going, and then we were talking, and this person told me that you don't have funding. I don't think you're going to get your visa, blah blah blah. I was like, please, I don't need this energy. Please just stop it. So I had to switch the topic to something else because I didn't want that energy to rub off on me. And the way the embassy was at that time, there were so many windows, and then applicants get called on by visa officer to their window. So you can go to any window of any visa officer that calls the next applicant. So I was called on. I went to Windows 10. It was a beautiful Black American lady. And then she asked me, I think the total question she asked me was about 6 or something. And in less than 3 minutes, I got my visa approved. These are the questions that she asked me during the interview. The first question was, what was I going to the US to do? And then I told her I was going to the US, or I am going to the US to pursue a master's degree in communications and media, blah, blah, blah. And then I gave the answer. It was very short and concise. Then she asked me, how many schools did I apply to? I told her. She asked me, who is going to be funding my education? I told her. She also asked me if I've been to the US before. I answered, and then, but something that I did was, whenever I was answering the question, I was sure to kind of like combine 3 different answers, because I had read about possible questions that you can be asked during your visa interview. So I kind of like prepared my story and my transcript. So I was able to merge different answers together in one response to a question. So that way, all of the questioning didn't take time. So because I'd already like answered the next possible question she could ask me with the response that I had given. So after she asked me about 5 or 6 questions, I kept quiet. She kept on typing, and I was curious. I was like, do you want me to say something else? And she was like, no, you're fine. And she kept on typing so fast, and my heart also started beating so fast. It was following the rhythm of the keys on her keyboard. And then she just told me, congratulations, I'll be approving your visa. Enjoy your stay in the United States. Whatever she said after that time, I didn't hear anything. Honestly, I did not hear anything. And then I got my visa, and I dropped a message on the group that I was on, where I was getting like helpful information that my visa just got approved. It felt surreal. It felt different, because it's one thing when people are cheering you on, when people are encouraging you to do something and all that, and then you do it and you get it. It's another thing, for people to actually be trying to discourage you, and then you decide to hold on to what you believe in, and you just go for it and you get it. Going solo to do something and then getting it. It felt so fulfilling, so fulfilling. And I was short of words, honestly, just like I am short of words right now. And I got my visa, and honestly, I was like, wow. So this is it. So if you're watching this video and you currently have an admission, you don't have funding, and you've been worried on how you're going to go about it, you can drop a comment in the comment box. You can give a thumbs up on this video. You can also ask questions. I can give you more details on how I was able to do mine. If you need clarity or clarifications on anything, just leave a comment on this video, and I'm definitely going to get back to you. Read the comments, read your questions, give an answer, give clarifications on any areas that you need regarding your visa interview process. If you also need help with reviewing your DS-160, I'm also available to help you review your DS-160 form if you need help with the review. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, turn on your post notifications so you get notified every single time that I post a video, and also please subscribe to support and be a part of the family. I would see you guys in my next video, where I'm going to be talking about something else regarding this process of coming to the United States. Until then,